Okay, so one thing that I thought was very interesting but also kind of strange about the Laramie Project is that it seems like it would be a documentary, but it was actually a play. I also found that the play was very out there, I guess you could say. I feel like we don't see many plays about how someone was murdered because they were gay. I mean, we may hear stories in the news, but not many people create a play based off of that. One value that is in this play is the value of violence. The value is pretty clearly represented throughout the entire play because it is based on Matthew Shepard, who was so brutally murdered because he was gay. An example from the play is that Matthew was found bound to a fence just outside of Laramie, Wyoming. That value is very easily communicated right then and there. Another value that is represented in this play is religion. Religion was a big part of Laramie, Wyoming. The people there grew up with one way of thinking, that a woman marries a man and a man marries a woman, that you don't go around marrying a person of the same sex or being with a person of the same sex. The religious leaders in that town formed that certain opinion because they had a lot of pull on the townspeople. An example from the play is when the Baptist minister says that Matthew's murder is a kind of divine justice for what they view as his sinful homosexuality. This clearly shows that religion was very important in that town and in this play. One word that I circled was the word biblicist. I've heard the word before, but I never truly knew what it meant. I now know that it means a person who interprets the Bible literally. I now understand what the line in the play is saying, that the Baptist minister is a biblicist. Now I know that the Baptist minister is, I wouldn't say okay with Matthew dying, but it makes more sense why he says what he does about Matthew dying, meaning and that was a kind of divine justice. Laramie is kind of depicted as an ironic place. Acceptance and tolerance are two separate words that you can associate with Laramie. The people in Laramie each have a different view on homosexuality, and acceptance or denial of homosexuality is different for everyone as well. I think that the Tectonic Theater Project wants us to walk away from this play thinking that everyone is different and everyone has different views and preferences, but that doesn't give anyone the right to kill someone over their different views and preferences. I think that what happened in Laramie could very well happen in Columbus. I mean, from this past year, we've seen a lot of hate crimes in the whole U.S., and I wouldn't be surprised if it happened in Columbus, sadly. First off, in the Laramie Project, we already know the climax of the plot, whereas in Intimate Apparel, the climax is built up and not given right off the bat. Another element in the Laramie Project is that the Laramie Project follows an episodic plot, whereas Intimate Apparel follows a climax plot. And lastly, the cast of Intimate Apparel is relatively small when compared to the Laramie Project cast that has over dozens of characters. These choices help show the effectiveness of the Laramie Project and how many people agreed or disagreed with how right and wrong the murder of Matthew was. These choices could also help attract audience members more easily because they know what the climax of the play is and they want to see how it will be performed. My first question that I have is, do you know if the Ohio State Department has ever performed this play? And my second question is, if you were given the opportunity to go see a production of the Laramie Project, would you? Why or why not? Thank you.